Hello guys, so sorry about that. My webcams were just playing up for whatever reason and affecting the audio. So hopefully it's fixed now and we can keep going with the rest of the stream. Hello Havane, sorry that I missed you and I hope you have a good day at work. And also thank you for the follow, Yuri Dactylodes. That's quite the hard tongue twister to say. Anyways, I need to start with the background today because, yeah, the background is the first part that I need to get done before I get any, crazy details added. So yeah, I really just want to play around and see, what I can get done with this watercolor because yeah, it's the hot pressed watercolor paper from Arkies, and I really love it. Really happy with it. So I'm sure I won't be disappointed in it today because I've never been before. So yeah, I think I'm going to start with a very basic, like a very neutral background wash, just to get the color, the tone right. So I'll just have a look and see which tube it is that I used last time because last time I was very happy with the neutral shade that I got. I'd really, really love to be able to, you know, have something similar. So we'll start by just getting that tone worked up. Not sure what, sometimes I always forget what colours I have in my palettes, you know. So that's a brown. Now, a brown could work, but I don't know. On the other hand, I feel like making the whole background too neutral or too grey could make it seem dull and seem, you know, sad. And the whole point of this piece is that it's supposed to be a happy piece, not a sad piece. So might have to change my mind slightly on that, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll smooth this back a little bit because it's just in my way ever so slightly. So what I think I'm going to do is lay down like a large washed section first. I had to clean my brush. Got so much residual paint on this brush that, yeah, it's really not working. So I just want to do a bit of a test. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Just want to do a bit of a test to see exactly how much water I want to drop in on my wash. So obviously this is different watercolor paper, but that doesn't really matter that much. So essentially I just want to have a look. Want to see if I can get that nice wavy effect going. I'll try a little bit that's not as wet as that section, and I'll see how it bleeds with a little less water, because this is obviously quite a lot of water. So I just want to see how it's going to bleed with a little less. Do need more paint though. So that obviously bleeds much less. Okay. So I do think that that's working kind of how I want it to. So I have to do a couple more tests though, but should be fine. I think if I get going, then that'll probably work out. So probably going to start with the bottom area, and if I go over the animals a little, that's not too big of an issue. Just want to, you know, just want to get the basic background area in. So I'm going to have to work quickly. I'm very sorry guys that I'm going to be a bit quiet, but this is a little bit of a crucial part of my painting. And hello Canwy, how are you? So I want to see if I can get it all bled in and you know, working nicely. So I still have some residual green on my brush. That's okay because it's actually letting me get that nice, lovely, um, you know, tone that I want, the exact shade of green that I want, which is nice. I want that. Yeah, this watercolor paper is beautifully blending. It is absolutely perfect for what I want it to do. Can't believe how amazing it is. So yeah, this is definitely soaking up a lot less of that, you know, the paper, as that paint. It's definitely quite different to the other paper, which is why I knew that I wasn't just going to be able to use that experiment. I was going to have to just take a leap and you know, go for it, because they're not the same. They're definitely not the same. That's all right. So I am working with my fairly big brush at the moment, and it's really letting me get nice open areas done, which is lovely. So I hope you guys can see on the camera pretty good. I'm just dabbing in little textured areas with some very light paint. Mixed it up, I've diluted it. Will this all be watercolor? Yes, the whole thing will be watercolor. But I'm going to add some graphite as well, so if that counts as still all watercolor. I'm not sure, but yeah, essentially the whole thing's going to be watercolor. I may also go over in a couple of Copics just to get, you know, a couple of details in here and there, but essentially the plan is to have the whole thing be watercolor. So I just want to soften up some of these edges at the moment because I really don't want any harsh edges in this area. And I'm going to see if I can erase some of that watercolor on Bunny Rabbit's tail. Preferably we don't want Bunny to be green, right? We need him or her to be as lovely and white as possible. So I just want to make sure that watercolor goes all the way up to the edges of those animals. Otherwise I'm gonna have to go back in later and that's not gonna be fun. So hi Koala, I'm good, how are you? Is it nice and cool over there where you are? What has your week been like? Did you enjoy the long weekend over here? Yeah, I had a really nice, relaxing long weekend. I went to my boyfriend's place, we went out with some friends, and yeah, had some Had some delicious food next to the beach. It was so hot though. Really, really awfully hot, but that's alright. Still ended up being quite enjoyable, which is good. I am just so surprised at how beautiful this watercolor blends. It's unbelievably smooth. It's just a breeze to work with, you know. So I'm going to start doing the other side as well because that side needs some darkening up too. So I am using quite a fair amount of water at the moment, and we'll see how that works out. Probably gonna have to use a bit of a smaller brush in these tiny sections because otherwise it's definitely going to get hard for me to work with it. Yeah, you're keeping cool and salsa mates drawing a piece at the moment while watching. Oh, that's cool. Sounds like you had a very similar weekend to mine. What are you drawing at the moment? So I'm trying to just get, you know, some really nice texture going. Something like, you know, I'm trying to use the natural flecks of that paint to create some foliage in the background just by the way that it bleeds into the paper without sort of actually drawing any foliage. Right now you're drawing a JoJo artwork from the anime, if I'm familiar with it. I'm not, unfortunately, but you can tell me what it's about. Is it like some cute small animal or something? It sounds like it. I just realized I need to try and see if I can get Batty over here cleared up a little because the green sort of merged into him. So I'll see if I can erase that. It's really lovely how you can actually erase you know, actively on watercolor. It's so surprising how versatile it can be. That's why it's one of my favorite mediums. I think besides oils, it's definitely my second favorite medium. You know, oils is just so special because it can layer, over layer, over layer, and I love that about it. So oils will always be my one true love. But I do have a soft spot for watercolors, so feels like there's some little specks on my paper or something. Not too sure, but you don't want those. Maybe if it's flowing a little less. My bat's turning green. I know, I know. He won't be green for long though, so don't worry. Almendi, hi, how are you? Well, we've seen season one, called Stardust Crusaders, where a family set out to hunt a vampire called Dio. They also have alternate souls in them called Stans. Pretty interesting stuff. Well, that does sound like something I would love to watch actually. So, yeah, pretty keen, pretty keen. Sounds awesome. Hi, Khan, how are you? I'm good, thank you. This is one of my Drawlloween pieces that I did last year. So around October last year, I drew the piece, and so I've now transferred it onto some watercolor paper, and yeah, I'm hoping we can essentially get some good progress going on it. You know, hopefully we can get some color. See if I can get Batty a little less green. It won't really matter on Batty though because he's such a dark creature. Mostly I'm just worried if it gets onto Bunny, you know, because Bunny is so white. So if I don't want it to flow into Bunny, but yeah, if it goes into Batty, it's not really the end of the world. So I'm already getting those nice natural flecks of the paint to do a lot of the work for me in creating my foliage, which is really, really lovely. I'm so happy. You're very good. Ready to sleep? It's too late in Colombia. What time is it? Are you like a late night stream watcher like I am? You know, I tend to do that quite a lot. Watch these late night streams. At least now it's also creating some of the shading that I want to do on Bunny anyway. So that's awesome. Really happy to see that. Won't matter on Deer either, because you know Deer is gonna be brown, and so I'll have a lot to work with anyway. Oh, thank you for the follow, koala art. Thank you. So yeah, we'll hopefully see some progress on this one. I won't finish it in today's stream. I may, you know, I'll have to separate this one across 2 different streams. So yeah, we'll probably get the background done today if I'm going to be realistic. And yeah, by tomorrow, I may be able to finish off the rest of her. So yeah, it'll be exciting if I can. So yeah, I'm definitely much happier with the flex in this section. And yeah, I think I know what happened. You know, the water here was definitely much too wet, and the water here allowed the paint to bleed just that little bit, but not too much. So yeah, that was definitely much better. So I have to feel it. It still can do with a bit more. So I'm definitely going to pull it across right to the edge of the painting. Please get away with that bit of fuzz that I've got over there. But yeah, that should work a little better. Because yeah, that's the kind of flecking. Sorry, I'll move it here so you guys can see. That is the kind of flecking that I wanted from the start. But yeah, can't always get what you want, right? Not all the time. But I'm happy. I'm still very happy. So I'll have to bring it out to this side as well. Hopefully, how wet is that? That's still fairly wet, but this can get a little wetter. The one thing you've noticed with art is that there's never just one way of drawing or painting something. I know, it's so true. Yeah, you also got to go with the little mistakes that happen along the way. I mean, nothing is going to be perfect, but you're just gonna gotta go with the flow sometimes. And you just got done updating the drivers on it. Hang on, you're alright, you're just hanging out with your little brother. You were watching some one-liner comedians. Today was a work day, thinking of drawing a bit on your tablet. And you got some digital practice in and finally redeemed CSP on this PC. What is CSP? I don't know what that is, but I'm sure that you will tell me. See, that is beautiful blending. That is exactly what I wanted. So it has to be not too wet and not too dry. So it's a bit of a gamble to know. It's like better geared for digital art than Photoshop. Oh, right. Okay, I didn't know that. I've never heard of it before. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I need to get a little bit more of that water off. Don't want that much water. And then I can get that beautiful blending effect that I want. Oh, it's Clip Studio Paint. Right. Okay, I've heard of that one before. I've never tried it. I've obviously been off of digital art for quite some time now, so yeah, it's been a while since I've used a Photoshop and I used Paint Tool Slide, I used GIMP, I used obviously Photoshop. I tried Corel Painter for a little bit, and yeah, there was some other really nice digital art materials and art softwares that I used from time to time. One of them I actually found out got removed because it had spyware installed. It was a Russian-owned company, so suppose that's why, you know. It's still fairly wet, but I need it to be a little more wet if I'm going to go over with some additional paint droplets. And that's still far too dry, so and that seems to be blending perfectly, just how we want it to. So this is one aspect of, you know, traditional paint that I feel is so special and you can't achieve the same look digitally. The closest you can come is the new software called it's by Adobe. What's it called again? It's Adobe Verge or something, I think. I have to look it up because yeah, I don't think that's the right name, but yeah, it's the closest you can get to realistic watercolor look if you're doing it digitally. And sadly, it just doesn't come close, you know, it just doesn't come close. So we've got to help Bunny over here whiten up a little bit again. Otherwise, yeah, we're gonna have some problems. But I have some gouache, so if Bunny is, you know, way too green, we can fix that up afterwards, so that won't be too much of an issue. At the moment, I'm looking to get that beautiful background foliage going, so So I want to add another layer. So I'll start by this side, and I need to go right up to here. That's about a good, a good depth for the foliage in that background area. There we go. For some reason, that piece I am painting reminds you a bit of Alice in Wonderland. Oh, well, that's a good thing, I guess. I do so love Alice in Wonderland, so, you know, I'm always wanting to recreate pieces that look similar to Alice if I can. But yeah, it does definitely. It was actually inspired by Snow White. The original idea was that this is Snow White, and instead of the seven dwarves, she's hanging out with her little friends, her animal friends instead. So yeah, if it does seem like Alice in Wonderland, I really don't mind. But that was originally the story. So yeah, lots and lots of preparation. It's definitely not looking like much right now, but that's not too concerning for me because I know where I want it to go and it's definitely heading in the right direction. So main thing is I want all that beautiful texture for the foliage going, that's my main goal. I'm getting lots and lots of water on my table over here. Need to be careful. Very cool, thank you. I hope it'll, get to where I want it to be. That is the whole point. And while it's still wet, I can go over different sections and add some further flecking in there, which is hopefully going to bring that, you know, bring that background to life, because I want you to be able to see plants. I don't think I wet this section down here properly. That's why it's not wanting to fleck down there, not listening to me. So I'm currently using my Schminky watercolour paper and my lovely my Archies watercolour paper and my Schminky watercolour. And the two are just a gorgeous, gorgeous combination. I am so happy with them. I can't believe the level of detail I'm able to get with this paper. So obviously at the moment it's, you know, it's in a different stage, but eventually it'll let me do pretty much anything to it. So I want the foreground to have more foliage and also be a little darker. So hopefully, you know, that'll create the layers that I'm looking for. And the animals are still going to stand out, so that won't be too much of an issue. But I do need to bring that back in as well. Sorry, I've gone off screen, you guys can't even see what I'm working on. There we go. So now that section is nice and dark, and you know, I have the beautiful foliage that I want, and without having had to draw pretty much any leaves, you know, it's still it's just abstract. It's the paint's done it for me, which is fantastic. I'm so happy. Going to bring it out to the other side as well, because I want all of that to look the same. So these little animals are happily carrying her from her grave, because she's not dead, obviously. And she's come back to life, and they are now taking her to go and live with them, which is pretty awesome. I absolutely can't wait to get started on the actual animals. I'd love to, but patience is what's the game with watercolor, and that means I have to hold back, which sucks. I really, really don't want to, but you have to. All those layers are definitely going to pay off, so I'm not going to rush it at all. But I do want to actually extend the background up just a little, so I want to try and add another wash layer over here, the top. Just take it a little higher, not too much and not too, just trying to see how wet that is. That's not quite wet enough. So I'm sort of just gauging based on the way that that shines, how much water I've got in that section. And this needs to be so faint, so I can't have a lot. You recently bought a 0.6 fine liner. It has really helped with making little details stand out even more, especially after going over things with Textar. Okay, okay. I've never owned. Actually, no, I do have a 0.6 fine liner. I've just never really put it to use. And I think when I use my watercolors, I love to work with graphite instead. You know, I don't like going over with ink. I don't know, some people get a really good look with that. I just don't feel like when I work with it that it comes out very good, so that's why I prefer using my you know, my watercolor with graphite. Just works best for me. So that is absolutely exactly the look that I wanted. I'm so happy. Because it's just creating that beautiful atmospheric blending effect that I want. So we'll see. Yet to see if this piece is going to be a success, but I'm definitely hopeful. It's definitely got potential to get there, so I just want to tether out some of these harsher lines that I don't really want. So some of them I do want, others are just a little bit on the harsh side, so don't want too many of that going on. So yeah, I'm going to add some blue light at the top as well once this is done. Some sky. Going to do that lovely sky blue, you know, feel that we normally go with Snow White. There we go. Just a little more water and hopefully it'll blend how I want it to. Let's put it to the test. Hi Doubt Guy, you're back. Sorry for that cutout. Not sure what was going on with my webcams at the time, but we're back, so that's all that matters. How have you been? Hope things have been going really well with you. So yeah, once again, I got that lovely, lovely faint flecking that I wanted, which is absolutely perfect. So my foliage is done, which is good. And I can essentially start with my background, my sky. So yeah, next step, but I may just let that dry a little because I don't want to touch those top sections and the flecks too much. Yeah, it's all good. You've just been the usual streaming and art. NM to tell? Never mind to, no, nothing much to tell. No worries, that's all good. Well, I really do hope that, you know, your streams have been going super well. It's really lovely to see that you've gotten that up and going so well and you're, you know, consistently sticking to it. You seem to really be enjoying it, which is good. Always good when you know, you get to stream and you actually enjoy that. That is the whole point of it after all, so I'm just trying to get that into her hair without actually covering her hair too much. And I want to try and get some of these sections near her a little faded out because I don't want those stark lines, you know, they're just a bit too harsh. I don't want that harsh. So trying to hopefully get those a little softer. Luckily it's watercolor and I can actually still work with it, right? Hi Elamar, how are you? It's so lovely seeing you back. How have you been? I think some of these are already quite dry, which is probably why they're not exactly letting me touch them, which is fine. It's not the end of the world, you know. So yeah, that's definitely coming along exactly how I envisioned it. I am so happy. Absolutely so happy. Yeah. So next step, guys, is we're going to get the sky done. I hope you're doing good, thank you. Hope I'm having an amazing day. I really am, I really am. I was really nervous to start this piece today because it has so much, you know, weighing on it. Oh my goodness, Dart Guy, that is so sweet. You shouldn't, you really shouldn't. I feel awful. Thank you though, thank you so much. That's gonna go straight into buying a brand new watercolor sheets. So thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate that. You're always so supportive. Thank you. Hi, Robin. Hello, how are you? I saw you on video stream the other day and it's been a while. You can help out now. You definitely can. You definitely can, and it's a huge help. It really does help so, so much. I'm so, so appreciative, and yeah, it feels so awful though because you know you're also definitely not deep in money, so it does mean a lot. Thank you for the follow, Nay Pomegranate. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I'm good, Robin. Yeah, I was really nervous starting this piece today because, yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces from Drawlloween, and I had this idea in my head that I wanted to have it with like really dense background foliage. So yeah, I really didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off the way that I wanted to. But so far I am incredibly happy with where it's going. I love the way that it's blended, so that's very good. I'm excited, so hopefully we can keep going in this good direction. So let's see, time for the sky, guys. Time for that beautiful, beautiful sky. And the sky doesn't really have to be particularly, textured or anything because, well, it's just, I'm not going to have too many clouds going, so essentially I'm just going to do basic sky. I seem to have a lot of dirt on my brush or something that's coming off on this painting. That's not good. So yeah, let's mix up some of this blue, trying to find the right one. That is exactly the nice sky blue that I want. Sorry guys if I'm a little quiet, but I just need to get this sky section done, and then um, you know most of the rushed work will be over because yeah, this is one of those more crucial sections. So there we go. There's some lovely blue sky in that background. And for the bottom area, I'm going to try and add, let me just have a look at the reference I've got. For the bottom section, I am going to try and add some tan or brown. Just try and get some of this water off my table because it's seeping through. You're sure it will turn out great? Oh, thank you. I hope so. Hopefully it'll come out how I want it to. So yeah, I'm definitely very, very excited with where it's heading. So yeah, hopefully I'll have to let that dry. This is regular paper. This is my watercolor paper. I'll show you. I've got the actual pad over here. So I should be able to show you which one. So this is the paper that I'm using, and it is Artec, Australian made and owned. Actually, no, this is not the one. Sorry. My bad. My apologies. That is definitely not the one. That is the one I don't like. This is the one that I'm using, and it's Archi's hot pressed watercolor paper. It is 300 GSM, so it's pretty thick, pretty thick. Yeah, it's not the one. The other one is not the one I like. I actually don't want to use it at all, so that's why I got this one. And it's pretty expensive, but yeah, it is very expensive, but it's so worth it. I can tell you my test paper that I'm using on the side, it doesn't even come near this stuff. It's like, it's so worth it. It's honestly the best watercolor paper I've ever used. So interesting. So why is the color seeping through the paper? As in bleeding through? You have some here to send to Mechanica to try out. Oh, you guys sending each other papers to test. That is so lovely. I would love to be part of that art group for sure. Testing out papers and then trying things, seeing which ones you like. Having each other, you know, give their 2 cents about it. Sounds fantastic. So yeah. I think if you're meaning how the how the paint bleeds into the paper dark guy, that's because I wet it a certain amount. So I wet it so that it can actually bleed like that. And because that's, I wanted to. I wanted to create that beautiful foliage-like effect essentially. Yeah, she sent you some emergency art supplies, so you're sending some back to her. Oh, how lovely! That is so sweet. Whereabouts does Mechanical live again? Because that would be some crazy shipping for you guys. Oh, right, it's bleeding. You thought it was coming from the back because I cleaned the board. No, no, it's not. I actually laid it onto the paper just before you came on the stream, so yeah, it's actually bleeding exactly how I wanted to. I'm very happy with it. I'm not sure if I want to. One of my plans was to add some trees in the background as well, but at the moment I'm not sure if that's going to be too much, you know. I don't want to overdo it, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I do actually add more or just go with this. But so I mentioned I'm getting some new art supplies with the tips. What do you mean tips? What tips? Yeah, she sent you some. Oh, she's in Russia. Oh my goodness, that's quite a way to send art supplies over. It will probably be 65 to 95 depending how much you add in. Oh really? Why are you doing it? Why don't you just like purchase it for her or send her the money to go get it? Because that's ridiculous. Or is it like a huge bundle of lots of different things? Normally it's called tips or donations, same thing. Oh, you mean, yes, yes. So with the donations, I'm buying more art supplies. So one of the things I'm going to be buying, yes, is some more of that Archies watercolor paper. So if I run out, yeah, I can purchase some more now, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm just wanting to let the paper dry and yeah, I'm not sure. Do I want to add, you know, some bushes with actual leaves over here? Do I want to add some more detail to those leaves? Because I do want to create a little bit more separation between that background area. So yeah, maybe worth just adding a little bit more. But what I can do is actually add the background at the bottom, which I want to be a bit of a tan brown. So I'll try and get the right color mixed. Test it over here. See if I can show you guys. So that is a good color, I think. Pretty happy with that, so I think we'll go with that. So I want to add that all down the bottom over here. the little mouse. Don't want to cover the little mouse up. He's so tiny, it's barely able to see him over there. Perfect. Then now we've got the brown at the bottom. Probably gonna do another layer once that dries, because I do want to go just a little darker than that. Sorry for the relentless rattle of my paint jar. There we go, that's just a little darker. Perfect. There we go. Now I've got my soil added in as well, which is great. You send something to each other each year. It's cool. Oh, that's so special. So special. Good morning, Chad. It's Ma. Welcome. Oh, last time you told me just to call you Ma, right? Oh my goodness, Dart Guy. You are so sweet. Love me and my streams. Oh, thank you, Dart Guy. That is so overwhelmingly sweet. You have no idea how much that will help. No idea. Thank you so much. Honestly, I really have to do a drawing, a special drawing just for you to thank you now. Thank you. You're gonna have to think of something for me to draw for you. It really means so much. Inmate, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, it's super special, Dark Guy. You have no idea how much it helps. Thank you. Beautiful stream. Oh, thank you, Inmate. Are you watching this from prison? Hope you're enjoying the stream and the nice, relaxing art show from prison. 37 push-ups and you'll give me a follow. I am not someone who does exercise. I'm very sorry, but that ain't gonna happen. You need that? You're just supporting? Oh, well, you're more than just supporting, Dark Guy, honestly. I mean, you've been here since day one. You've always been giving me encouragement, giving me advice, you know, streaming alongside me. So you're like one of the biggest supporters this stream has ever seen. And yeah, no, I'm definitely very grateful for you. No follow then? Well, that's alright, mate. You don't have to follow. It's totally voluntary. But yeah, this is definitely an art stream. So yeah, you'll just comment. No worries, no worries. Well, you're welcome to stay though. You're definitely welcome to stay. So yeah, we have the background. I'm not sure how wet that still is because I do want to add little pebbles. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not. Oh, good. That's perfect. It's not too wet and not too dry. So I'll just do a similar thing. You know, down the bottom. Just adding a couple of pebbles here and there. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Inmate and Maze. Just kidding, love you, no worries. You're totally messing with me today, aren't you? Well, I can draw push-ups for you at some point, so draw a character doing some push-ups. Queen Melisandre, hello. Sorry about that. Hope you feel welcome. Welcome back. So many of you guys that have been here before today that are stepping by again. It's awesome. So yeah, I think I just want to do like little tiny faint pebbles here and there, to get that background going. How have you been, Queen Melisandre? Gotta lurk for a little bit? No worries, you take all the time you need. Totally understand. Well, thank you so much for the follow, Diego. Do you watch Umbrella Academy? I really love that show. Totally love everything about it. Not sure who's my favourite character though. I really do love Allison, but I think it'll have to be Vanya. If I have to choose. Beautiful water painting. Thank you. Thank you. So far. I know, right? It's always so far because you never know what's going to go haywire. But yeah, this is my painting from, well, I actually did the sketch last year for Drawlloween. And yeah, I'm currently working on the watercolor piece for it. So hopefully it'll turn out just the way I imagined. You can never really tell with watercolor pieces what they're gonna do because they kind of tend to have a mind of their own. But sometimes you just gotta go with those little mistakes. So yeah, at the moment, because it is obviously quite busy, I'm going to have to go over, with some other colours, so graphite. I'm going to have to refine the line work all over again because I want these characters to be the creatures that stand out, and at the moment they're definitely getting on the dull side, which is not what we want, right? Where else can you check out my artwork since you don't have Facebook? Oh, my artworks are all on my Instagram account. I'll send you a link to my socials. If you check out my social accounts, you can always see more of my work over there. And yeah, I post regularly on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram and Twitch. So those two are the ones where you'll probably see most of my updates. I really need to control on those watercolors because I have to take into account the spreading effect. Exactly, yeah, you do. But I mean, it depends how much. What if you add a lot of water, it does spread more, and you can see it doesn't spread where you don't add the water. So you do have some control over it, which is really good. But yeah, you can also, if you're if you really care about not covering a certain area, you can always go over it with some paste and cover that section, and then you don't have to worry about it. For my purposes and what I want with this piece, it's not really going to matter because my creatures are all very much darker than the background, so I'm just going to play around, go over it, and it won't matter, you know, because they are going to be a lot darker. Oh, you've been doing good, Melisandre. You've just been chilling and watching old Baywatch. Oh, okay, nice. You will follow. No worries, inmate. Thank you for the lols. Twitter and YouTube too. I have amazing content. Yeah, you're welcome. I also share all my past videos to YouTube, so if you're keen to rewatch any of these, yeah, you can check them out on my YouTube channel. Because I do reshare them over there, and occasionally I do a bit of a speed paint video of some of my oil paintings on there. So yeah, it's always got something new to check out. So yeah, Bunny's probably gonna have a lot of gouache to get him white again, which is totally fine because I was planning to, use gouache anyways. I'm very happy with how faint the bricks or pebbles on this area turned out. They're really lovely. They came out exactly how I wanted them, which is fantastic. Not too dark, not too light. Just enough to get that idea across, you know. So yeah, what do you guys reckon? Do I need to add some more trees in the background, or what do you reckon? Oh, thank you, inmate. Thank you. Really appreciate that. So kind of you. I may not have talent in push-ups, but I do have talent in my art. So there's that, right? I can add the trees. I can, yeah. I'm not sure, Dark Guy. Like, what do you reckon? My concern is it's going to get a little too busy if I add trees. Um, so I don't know. On the other hand, I feel like I need to, give these bushes a little more detail as well. I don't have to add too many. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Um, so I'm just at the moment maybe some clear and the rest faded. That's a good idea. Yeah, do you think it's going to help add that depth, or what do you reckon? So yeah, my idea is I do need to add some more foliage to the front shrubs, because they're just not obvious enough. So I'll start by adding just some basic shapes as well with those leaves. Fading depth definitely helps with depth. Definitely, yeah. Bye, we'll come back later. No worries, inmate. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for following. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Rockstar. I didn't notice you were following over there. More clear in the front and further back fade. That sounds good, Dark Guy. I may get to that, but I think let's see how busy it gets after I add, you know, the leaves in the front. Because I just feel like, you know, if I just add the animals, it's not going to have enough. So I want to add just some leaves, and hopefully that doesn't go too dark. So I'm trying to add my foliage in the front. There we go. It definitely helps. Definitely needs that. So yeah, if it's not too busy, Dark Guy, I think maybe then, you know, we can go and add those leaves. I'm not sure. I'm really worried if I do add the leaves that I'm going to stuff it up. I mean the trees, sorry. Because it's very busy already, you know. That's what worries me. Step by step, do what I can for now with each detail, kind of figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to add later, whether it's needed or not. Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that you're saying it's going to help add that depth, that's what I'm thinking as well. Like, that's what I want from the trees. And if it can help me with that, that's going to be fantastic. I'm just already quite concerned that it's very busy and I want those animals to really stand out. So, but I haven't added the graphite yet, and you always tell me that it pops when I do, right? So maybe I should just follow my instincts and it'll be okay. I don't want to cover up any of these little animals over here. I really enjoy doing this piece. This was one of my favorite pieces out of the whole Drawlloween to do, and it was like, it was a very special piece at the time as well. So um, probably why it ended up being one of my favorites. It's just a suggestion in the end. Yeah. Well, my instinct is going with what you're suggesting anyways, Dark Guy. So I'm worried if, yeah, if I don't add those trees, that I'm going to lack that depth. And it's just sometimes, you know, you're scared to go forwards and ruin a good piece, especially when it's going very well. And so yeah, I guess I'm scared to add those trees, but they could be exactly what it needs. And yeah, I don't wanna hold back and ruin a really good piece, you know. So but we've definitely needed the foreground and those you know, those beautiful leaves over there. So I'm very happy that I added those. Definitely going to add the same on the other side as well. Sorry, I'm going to move it so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. probably don't need them to go up that high, so I'll see if I can remove, because I have the other side a little lower, so I don't want to go too high. I can do this. I take a small piece of paper and roughly draw the scene in a smaller scale quickly, add all the details and see if it looks good. Then mimic that onto my main piece. Actually, Dark Eye, that's a brilliant idea. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to scan this in and print it out on a very small piece of watercolor paper and then just add in those trees and see which one I prefer. That is brilliant. Thank you. Definitely gonna do that. Because then it's kind of risk-free, right? Because I've gone this far, so I'm kind of getting concerned to ruin it at this point. Hey, you're back, Robin! How have you been for the rest of your evening since you've been gone? So yeah, lots and lots and lots of foliage being added right now. I'm really enjoying adding these little leaves in there. They're super fun. So, what are you guys' favorite, you know, things to draw? Is it background themes? Is it animals? Is it people? What do you love drawing most? And you can keep doing it again if there is a mistake. I certainly can, yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna mute my phone because it's constantly buzzing over here. You can keep doing it again if there's the same if there's a mistake. Exactly, yeah. So then I get multiple goes. That is a brilliant suggestion, Dark. Thank you so much. You've probably saved the outcome of this painting. So. Very good, and wowzers, you can see a little detail now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's coming along. Let's just say that, and I'm still very, very happy with it. I love all the flecking in the background. It's just adding that little bit of foliage that I wanted, not too much, you know, just enough that I'm happy with it. Well, you're comfortable with the characters. It's just the backgrounds you need a good work on. Yeah, same. I'm like, you know, backgrounds and me are usually not friends, so um, I'm very, very happy that this piece has so far, you know, come out very well, and that I'm happy with it, because yeah, me and backgrounds usually don't get along, so you're not alone, you're not alone. I really liked your dog though. You know, the dog you did in that drawing you're working on for me in the post-apocalyptic girl. I thought that that came out so, so good. So I am thinking the sky does need to go a little bit more blue, so I'm gonna see if I can get that to just a little bit more blue. There we go. Much, much better. Much happier with that. Oops, how did that get orange on there? Oh no, gotta get that off the painting. This is what I love about watercolors, the fact that if you make a slight mistake, it's so easy to just cover it up. You know, erase it, cover it up, start all over, and you're good to go. So yeah, just made the sky a little bit darker. Because it just wasn't giving me that beautiful striking blue that I wanted. Now it is, so that's lovely. Yes, coming along, you can see those leaves. Oh, that's great, thank you. Well, you're comfortable with characters, it's just the backgrounds you need a good work on. You're still into drawing buildings. A friend asked you to make her a little frog store. Oh, that's adorable. How sweet is that? I would love a little frog store. That sounds so fun. And you don't even know how to draw dogs, but for the perspective, it works. Well, I don't know. If you can draw a dog from that angle, I'm pretty sure you can draw dogs very, very well. So you should feel proud. You should feel very proud. And I would say personally that I definitely think you can draw dogs. There's no doubt about that. So our animals are definitely now, you know, at the center of this piece, which I'm really happy about. And we've got some layers going, which I'm really happy to see as well. But yeah, hopefully the rest of this will work out just the same. Yeah, should be fun. She asked for a print, but you'll just send her the original when you're finished. Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet. She's lucky to get the original then. I may just make a quick short break, guys. So just give me one moment and I will be back. So yeah, bear with me. Be right back. Sorry about the short break, guys. But yeah, I just needed to have a quick drink and yeah, just have a little bit of an overview of it for a little while. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start adding the animals, color to the animals, and then hopefully, hopefully I'll have a better idea where to go from there. Christian Jan, hello, how are you? How's it going? I'm happy to see you on here. So yeah, let us see who's first. First things first, I think I'm going to go with the brown characters. And so Armadillo and Hedgie over here. And then we can see about adding in Little Batty, because you can barely see him now. He's so faint. So yeah, let us add in Hedgie over there in the background. We've got our first little animal in, guys. Just gonna see, because I have a feeling these armadillos are a little on the pink side. They actually have a bit of blue in them as well. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give mine a little pinkish tone. So he's obviously not going to be pink, but I want him to have that background tone. So same for my opossum's tail, and Bunny's nose can be a little bit pink as well. And those tiny little paws can be pink. Hi Jason, welcome back. How are you doing? Hope things are going well with you. Little paws, I know, they're so cute and tiny. I mean, how can you resist them? Cutest little things. So yeah, pinkish armadillo, and I need to have a reference of an opossum, because I don't know them that well. So yeah, it looks like they have a very dark body. Almost like they're wearing little coats, so that would be fantastic. Don't want to go that dark though. And start fairly light, and we can do Batty in about the same time. So luckily, it didn't matter that I was going over with all that, green earlier, because yeah, he is essentially got a black coat, so that's all right. Now his head area, on the other hand, what do their tummies look like? I can't quite see if they've got lighter tummies or darker tummies. Oh well, we shall figure it out. You had some trouble loading the stream? Oh, that's strange. Hope it's okay for you now. Yeah, I'm really good. I got to print out a couple of my Drawlloween pieces last night. So I'm going to be doing loads more watercolor soon, and I'm very, very excited to get into that. So, bit of a change of scenery from, the norm that I work on lately. Been doing so many oil paintings. It's nice to, I don't know, just get back into the flow of watercolor paint again. So I need to pull up this drawing on my iPad because I don't actually remember how I did that contrast before. So the change is good. Yeah, it's definitely good. You got me set to auto host. Don't know if you said. Oh no, you didn't. That's so sweet. Thank you. Every little bit helps for sure. So thank you so much. Truly, truly helps. So yeah, Bunny is gonna have to have a lot of gouache surgery soon, um, because he's got way too much green in him. But we can sort that out. It's not a problem. So yeah, we've got the wood pillars back in, got my little characters back in. The animal colours now, the rat already looks good. Which rat? This one is, this is the only rat-like creature. This is the mouse, and this is the hedgehog, and this one is actually an opossum. So, rest in pieces, dearly departed Robin. They are now lurking as the undead, so tread carefully. Okay, let us see if I can start adding some more colour for Batty, because he really needs it at this point. You can just barely see him. He's like just hanging in there. But we will fix that. We'll give him some more presents, That's not a problem. Alright, the opossum, you're bad. You still need the details, but it will come. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, I've reduced those details a lot. I don't know if that's in focus for you guys, hopefully. But yeah, essentially, they're all going to get their graphite line work back in, so won't look too terrible. Can't quite see where I had his little paws, but I'm trying to figure it out because definitely want those to be quite obvious. Hopefully now I can add the second layer for little Batty over here. Now Mr. Turtle was originally going to be green, but I think I'm going to only make his shell green. I'm definitely not going to, sorry, his legs green, because he's already kind of camouflaged over there and I want him to, you know, be very prominent. So we're going to try and help him out with now. And hopefully, eventually, he'll, you know, become more prominent with some highlights and some more details. Cyber Raid, welcome, thank you. I'm glad you like my work. So now it's time to start the little deer, and she is going to have a beautiful orange, vibrant orange pelt. Now, I don't know, but I have a feeling that they have white tummies and like little white faces as well. This is really a nice idea with the animals, so thank you. It's supposed to be Snow White, but instead of wolves, these are her little animal friends. Thank you for the follow, Northern Vermilion Bird. Really appreciate that. So yeah, they don't seem to have white like chests and faces, but they definitely are quite light in that area. So try and keep that consistent. So the coffin is definitely going to be quite dark and imposing, which should allow those animals' heads, you know, the highlights on those animals' heads to stand out as well, I'm hoping. But once we get to that point, we can deal with that. At the moment, I'm more concerned with getting these colours right in everything. So I'll be able to add those white specks in after the whole thing is done. Definitely not now, because that would be a pain. Thank you so much for the follows, Cyberade. Both of you, please feel free to introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from. Love to get to know you. There we go. Job early here. You grab some coffee. Oh, you're making me want coffee right now. I'd really love to have some. Mm. 7 a.m. Germany, you know? Oh, okay, okay. How is COVID going in Germany? I heard you guys had a really bad outbreak some time ago. Hope that that's all resolved now. Would be pretty awesome if it was. I remember you changed your name the first time was, oh, Raid Vortex. I don't know your that you were Raid Vortex. Well, that's nice to have you back. So yeah, all my little animals are now added in, and I'm fairly happy with where they're, you know, heading. A little tortoise over here just needs some more green in some of his face and limbs, because he's, you know, he's a little green tortoise. Might add a little on his shell as well, just to have him looking all uniform, but yeah, I'm very happy. You know me from Charles? Oh, okay, okay. Charles is so amazing. Like, every time I get rated by Charles, every time I just see another one of his posts, or Every time I go to his stream, I feel like I'm just fangirling because his work is out of this world. It's like, you know, it's where every artist wants to be at some point in their life. And he's so amazingly creative. He's unbelievably talented. So, yeah, I have to do the coffin now, and this coffin is going to be very, very dark. So, we want to start by going quite dark. And that is definitely not dark. So I'm probably going to have to do heaps and heaps of layers to get this as dark as I want it. That's alright. So I'm hoping that by making the coffin super, super dark, I can get all these animals to stand out beautifully. That's the whole point. I want the emphasis to be on those lovely, lovely animals. I don't think I'm from Australia. You think? I am from Australia. I'm from Adelaide, South Australia. The tricky part is finally over. It was like getting through those tiny corners and, working around her hands and all that. So, luckily, I'm over the hard part, so the rest should be smoother sailing. Sorry, please again. I'm from South Australia. So, and yes, this is definitely Aki's watercolor paper. Um, what's his name? Absinthe. Absinthe, he's another streamer on here on Twitch, and he actually recommended it to me, and I was very, very happy once I got it because it was the most amazing watercolor paper I ever tried before. So, yeah, it was I was trying out this really awful watercolor paper right before I got this, and I got so frustrated because it wouldn't blend at all, wouldn't blend how I wanted it to. So, really, really happy that I switched. There we go. Now I can just cruise on from here because the rest is easy. Luckily I can fix those nice sharp lines that I want. So I have a pillow on that side. We don't want to go over the pillow. Can you guys hear some bugs in this song, or is that outside at my place? I feel like I can hear some some cicadas, but I'm not sure if that's outside or if that's in the music. There we go. Thank you so much for the follow, Jody Cody. Really appreciate that. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Please feel free to tell us where you're from, introduce yourself, tell us what kind of art you like to make. We'd love to, get to know you and your favorite art styles and the kind of art you like. Oh my goodness, Katie Bob, thank you so much for the raid. Wow, how special. Thank you. Tell us what you were working on. I'd love to see. Well, guys, how exciting! We just got raided by Katie Bob. I don't think I've ever seen your stream, which is crazy. So please feel free to show me what you're working on. Drop your link and yeah, share your stuff. Dark Guy, could we please have a shout out if you don't mind for Katie Bob? Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Hi, Rob. So guys, I'm just working on one of the sketches I drew last year for Drawlloween, and I've transferred it over to watercolor paper. So now I'm just in the process of, yeah, turning it into a fully fledged watercolor painting. So yeah, we've got a long way to go, but we'll get there. Thank you for the follow, Chris So Dom. Really appreciate it. And you too, G Monk. Really appreciate all of you guys stopping by and having a look. So honoured to be rated. There's your Insta. Oh my goodness, thank you. What a treat. We get to have a look. Let me see if I can share that with everybody as well. That would be awesome. Just give me 1 second and we'll see if I can share that with everybody. Thank you for the follow, Old Sancho. Really appreciated that. You were working on a shelf drawing. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty awesome. Do you have a process picture of where you got to on today's stream? Thank you so much again for rating. Let me show everybody your Instagram because I've never seen your work before, so that's pretty exciting. So guys, this is KT Bob's Instagram account. If you guys could give KT Bob a bit of a follow, that would be amazing. Because yeah, look at this work, guys. It's absolutely stunning. Really, really detailed. Look at this froggy. Oh my goodness. Really detailed sketches and really adorable sketches. This actually reminds me of Toby the Toad. Toby the Toad is a cute little toad I follow on Instagram, and his owners make these really adorable little videos of him, and you know, they put him in a scene in a dollhouse or whatever, and make him all dressed up and then take tiny cute photos of him. So this really reminds me of Toby the Toad. Really cute, really cute. Wow. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful oil painting, guys. Absolutely beautiful. That's so amazing. Look at those colors. That's stunning. Wait, I didn't like that. Almost forgot to like that. Oh my goodness, your work is so amazing. You haven't taken a pic of it yet? That's so cool. That's fine. My voice is soothing, you love it? No worries, I'm glad. That's okay, Katie Bob. Your work is unbelievable. How did I not discover you on Twitch? I mean, I'm looking for more traditional artists to follow every day, and I've never come across your work. This is so cool. Wow. Absolutely amazing, guys. Look at those hair folds. That is so good. I love your frogs though. Your frogs are the best. Look, he's got little Z's. He's catching some Z's. So cute. Aw, look at this little guy. Super adorable. And we've got a little bunny. Bunnies are very important. Always got to have a bunny in the mix. Wow. This is so stunning. That is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And even more frogs. Oh my goodness. You really do love your frogs, don't you? Thank you. My work's incredible. Thank you, Katie Bob. Same to you. I have no idea how I've never discovered you on Twitch before. Yeah, I'm always looking for new traditional artists to follow, and your stuff is out of this world. It's so beautiful. Look at this little winged froggy butter toad. So cute. So cute. I love it. Oh, look at these two. What a pair. They're so cute. I love them. Wow, your work is unbelievable. Is she like some alien girl? The blue. Is the blue girl some alien? Thank you for the follow, Leon Sketchbook and Old Sancho. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, feel free. Wow, I am in love with your work. Stunning, stunning, absolutely amazing. This is so tiny, look. Oh, wow. Oil on linen. Well, we really do love our oils, you and I can tell. Another oil on linen. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That veil. That looks so realistic, and it's so eerie with the red. That's so beautiful. Wow, I wish I could have seen you work on this one. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness, there's more froggies. I am in love with your froggies. They're my fave. And I love how rough you kept that background. That is so beautiful. More froggies. And he's got the little princess hat. I drew one last year for Drawlloween that had the little princess hat, and I really loved it. It was so much fun. Oh, thank you so much to whoever gifted that sub. Let me guess, that's probably going to be either Hovannes, Domican, Dark Guy, or one of my mods. You're welcome to let me know, but thank you for that sub. Really appreciate it, whoever that was. Thank you so much. You love my style so much. Oh, well, thank you. You're welcome. I'm so grateful that you've like rated me because I would never have found you. And I'm in love. I'm so gonna like go to your Twitch account at some point now and like, you know, follow some of your stuff. Totally, totally cool. Let me go and have a look if I can find your Twitch account and give you a bit of a follow. Where is that follow button? There we go. Awesome. Let me have a look at some of your past videos. Got to see what you were working on, that little sheriff. So I guess it would be this one. Let me have a look. Keep it muted. We'll have a look at Katie Bob's stream. So this is the sheriff Katie Bob was working on. Let's see the final progress. Oh my goodness. That is one crazy detailed piece, guys. That is so detailed. I mean, look at that. Unbelievable. So good. Wow. I am so in love. How did I never find you before? Wow, I'm so happy. Hopefully notifications are turned on. Wow, I'm so grateful you followed me. Thank you. Sorry, rated me. That means the world because I'm like constantly scouring traditional Twitch streamers and I can never find new people that I haven't already found. And I'm in love with your work. Totally in love with your work. I'm the best. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You start with a word and or abstract drawing or painting. You just started with acrylics. It's hard to explain. You don't have any online or a page. Basically, you never know what you'll end up with. When it comes to people and animals, you stick to people, like how you used to in elementary school. Okay, well that's pretty awesome. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. You love this painting? Oh, thank you. This was for Drawlloween, so I don't know if you are aware, but Drawlloween is an art contest hosted by Mab Graves every year, every October, and it has lots of different prompts. So you get to take part with lots of different artists, and you have to draw those prompts in your own art style. And so last year the prompt was grave, and I wanted to do a little bit of a happy spin on grave. So I drew Snow White, and instead of the 7 dwarfs, I put all these animals in, and they are carrying her out of her grave. So yeah, it's a little different, but hopefully it still makes sense. Very talented, love the eyes. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the follow, Lord Trapula. I really appreciate that. Feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about you, where you're from, and about your artwork. We just got rated by Katie Bob. I'll do another shout out for her because, well, I don't know if Dark Guy's still here. Hopefully. So if you guys can give Katie Bob a bit of a follow, she was sweet enough to rate us and her art is crazy amazing. I've just dropped her link to her Twitch account in my channel. Oh, you're there, dark guy. Welcome. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you're still here, and I just wanted to do another shout out for her. I know. Thank you for that. I just did want to do another one for her in case anybody had missed it. You know, chat was going a little quick at the time, so luckily, luckily now we've got some peace and quiet, and hopefully everybody can get to follow Katie Bob because her work is really good. Two is better than one. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I've filled in my coffin, just got a little bit to go in the top corner, and then I'll get to colouring my pillow. So we've got quite a bit that still needs to get done today, but I'm not going to finish this in one go today. So I'll have to finish this piece up tomorrow, which is totally fine. I'll get around to that, but yeah. Just want to do as much as I can. Well done once again on the art, and nice to meet you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the encouragement, Dark Guy. So now I'm going to try and bring out some of those darkest sections, the shadows. And I want the inside of this coffin to be much darker as well, since it's being shaded. Hi, Classy Bathrobe, you're back. Welcome. How's it going? By the way, if you need to take a break, Katie Bob, feel free to go ahead and lurk because you've just had a super long stream. It's totally fine if you need a bit of a break. You can totally imagine how exhausted you must be after that detailed pencil piece. And that is one crazy, crazy piece of art. So I noticed my paper has definitely started reaching the end. It's definitely starting to buckle quite a bit. So this is obviously hot pressed watercolor paper, which is why it's super smooth and it's going to be brilliant for me to do line work on once I get to the graphite section. It's looking so cute. Thank you. Yes, you need food. You hope I have a wonderful stream. Good night. No worries, Katie Bob. Thank you again for saying hi, and I'm so glad I could follow you. It was definitely awesome. It's always mesmerizing watching artists turn their vision into reality. The process of how one gets there is very entertaining. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, when I started streaming, I thought, oh, well, Um, I guess it's going to be really boring for people to watch me endlessly going on, over these hour-long procedures, and I thought nobody would want to watch. But was I mistaken? Like, I had no idea so many people were going to be interested in watching an art process, so it became very, very special. It is so nice to meet me. Good night, guys. No worries. You too, Katie Bob. Enjoy your food and enjoy your rest of your evening. I hope it goes well. You like when artists are at the bank using the ADM, you like to peek over their shoulder and see what they're doing. What do you mean? What do you mean by at the bank? Thank you for the follow, Shermany Horses. Really appreciate that. Feel free to introduce yourself, tell us a bit about you and your art. So let us see, now I need to add those fine details, those shadows. Thank you for the follow, Joe Jose. I'm guessing it's Jose. Really appreciate that. Had to turn your computer on. Oh, well, that's a much nicer place to view, isn't it? There we go. So I want to add some shadows for those, what do you call them? Handles for the coffin? I don't know if they have a special name, but anyways, they're getting shadows. And they're going to be a goldish colour as well, so may as well give them some colour now. And you know, I'm going to add that over in gouache later, so it's not an issue really if it's not bright enough at the moment. If the watercolour doesn't add that enough, the gouache definitely will. So there's that. You're excited for this week? Oh, okay. Why is that? Because you're looking online for some new toenail clippers. That's why you're excited? Toenail clippers? Really? Are they like really fancy golden toenail clippers or something? Germany horses, thank you so much for the bits. I really appreciate that. You're so sweet. Honestly, means a lot. Thank you for the support. So yeah, we have the coffin finally added in, which is fantastic. And yeah, I can't see a whole lot that still needs to be done. So may just keep adding in a little details and contrast here and there. Clipping your toenails is one of your favorite feelings. Oh, really? That's pretty interesting. Why is that? Thank you for the stream. No worries. You're welcome, Jose. I really appreciate you coming by and thank you for appreciating the stream. You don't like clipping your little toes because it always feels kind of dangerous. Like you're Vin Diesel in a Fast and Furious movie. I'm not clipping his toenails. Oh, really? That's pretty funny. Well, I'm sure your little toes will survive no matter what. I'm sure they're gonna be okay. The pinky toe, you get it? I think that's like a phobia everybody has to some extent, right? I mean, they're so fragile and small, and like if you have ever nicked it, it's not nice. Oh, yeah, Bunny needs some pink eye. That's for sure. Need to make sure Bunny has that beautiful pink eye. The rest of them are probably gonna have black eyes anyways, but well, thank you again for the bits, Shermany. Really appreciate that. So kind of you. The little animals send you lots of hugs, and so do I. So thank you very much. So yeah, I think some of them do need dark eyes though, like little Bambi over here. Oh, I almost forgot to colour the little mouse. Can't forget about him. That would be a tragedy. Oh, and again, thank you so much for the bits, Shermany. So sweet. Have I ever watched Over the Garden Wall? No, I haven't. Why? Does it relate to this piece for some reason, or you think I'd like it? Yes, finally finished your art piece. Oh, yay, that's exciting. How's that coming along for you? Need some more pink in little opossum's tail over here. It's definitely not pink enough, so gotta fix that. Oh, thank you again. Thank you so much, Shermany. Really appreciate that. Means a lot. Silky So Smooth. Welcome and thank you for the follow. Please feel free to introduce yourself and tell us about the kind of art you like to make. Tell us about where you're from or whatever else you feel free to. Is that a wombat? Which one exactly? So I'll show you what they are. This little guy over here is meant to be a farm mouse and he's not coloured in yet, but I'm getting there. Thank you for the bits, Shermany. It means a lot. Thank you so, so much. Honestly, you're really, really supporting the stream so crazy much. Thank you. And this little guy is an armadillo, and don't know exactly what kind he was, but yeah, just a standard armadillo. This is an opossum. This little guy is a bunny, kind of like the Alice in Wonderland little white rabbit. Then we've got the hedgehog over here. We've got Bambi, and we've got a little bat, and also a tiny little tortoise. So yeah, quite a few of them hanging around. Over the garden wall is charmingly spooky and whimsical. You loved it. There's also a little pet frog in it. Oh my goodness! Kind of like the ones we saw earlier in Katie Bob's paintings. Well, I have to see it. Let me have a look. Have a look at some pictures of it. So it's called Over the Garden Wall. Definitely gonna have to check that out. I wonder if you'll still be able to see it somewhere because it's so old. Oh my goodness, it's very cute. I love those old cartoons. You're an artist and have disposable income right now, sharing the wealth. Oh, well, you must be one amazing artist if you have disposable income because most of them don't. Do you have a Twitch account? Do you stream as well, Shermany? Because that's definitely awesome that your art is doing so well and being so successful. So that's fantastic. Very, very happy for you. There are not many artists who can do really well. So you're not trying to share your art like that? Oh, I know. That's totally fine. I know you weren't trying to, advertise, but I would still love to if you don't mind. If you're not comfortable sharing your art with everybody in the chat, I'd love to just see it if you want to DM me instead. You're actually stepping away from selling your art. Okay, okay. Well, I do understand that. It's definitely sad to see your pieces go, you know? I need to make little Betty a little darker near the top. Need that contrast going. There we go. Oh, thank you for the follow, Cannibal Cult. Really appreciate that. How sweet of you to stop by. Please feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about you and your art and where you're from. So what kind of art do you make, Shermany horses? I get those little hooves in. I always love drawing, you know, deer hooves and lots of other animal hooves. It's so cool. Everything and anything. Primarily, you're a painter. Uh, Popo or Piopo, like the painting of your mum. What exactly is that? So now I got to do little mousey over here. Oh, let's go have a look. Uh, you're not an artist, just an instant fan of my aesthetic. Oh, well, thank you very much, Cannibal Cult. You've got such a cool name, by the way. I love your nickname. So, thank you for stopping by, and I'm happy that you like the aesthetic going on over here. Let's have a look at what Shemini shared. Living simply and caring for a community. Oh, this is a nice painting. That's beautiful. Did you make this, or is this just a piece that's very cool? You're welcome. So yeah, time to start adding her hair in and flowers in her hair. I kind of want to go with blue flowers, you know, don't want to have anything too fancy, not too out there. So I think, although I do have the pink going on with, and I'm worried that the blue flowers may not stand out, so maybe we'll go with pink. Very, very light pink. Some nice pink roses. Yeah. You painted that oil painting, you believe it's 18 by 36. Oh, well, guys, have a look at this beautiful piece that Shermany Horses has done. It's crazy amazing. Sold it to a museum in like 2013, you think? Oh, okay. That's pretty awesome. Glad that sold. Must be fairly proud of that. That's so good. I really, really love the hang on, can you guys see my mouse? I really love the background and how you blended that in, but still kept the different textures over there. It's beautiful. And those folds are so good. The wrinkles are so good. Wow. Love it. Absolutely love it. Good stuff indeed. I know, I know. Definitely. Oh, you regret not keeping it? Okay. I know that feeling. At the moment, I'm not selling any original pieces. I'm only selling prints. So maybe later down the track, I don't know if I get out of storage, you know, I'll start selling stuff. But at this point, I don't have enough time to finish my oil pieces, and yeah, I just don't have enough pieces that I feel happy to let them go, I guess. Did you get a lot of money for it though? Like, do you feel like you were compensated well for it? That's important. There we go. So I'm going to have to go over the whole piece here in, you know, different mediums. So I'm going to have to go over it in gouache, I'm going to have to go over it in graphite, but I'm very happy, you know, with where it's headed so far. So that's the most important part, is that I feel like it has actually reached, you know, reached the point of my vision. So thank you for the follow, Glimmer Kate. Welcome, and I hope that you feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your art and yeah, what you like to do. Tell us where you're from. So yeah, I think I need to add some skin color. That's a good idea. I can do that today. So maybe need to start with a light pink wash, and then I'll go over in a different medium. Thank you again for the bits, Chamonix. Really, really means a lot. Going to be able to resupply with brand new watercolor paper and brand new oil paint tubes. So thank you so much for that. Really, really does help a lot. Looks good, Neko. Keep at it. Thank you, Dark Guy. Always helps when you're so encouraging. You love how the piece is turning out? Well, that's good. That's good. I'm happy with it too, so yeah. Definitely a good day when an art piece turns out the way you envisioned. Germany, wow, thank you so much. Really, really helps. Thank you. Means a lot. I think I need to add just a little more contrast to this little guy down here, just to make him stand out a little better. Need some more shading for that. What do you call it? Top shell of his as well. Now he stands out a little bit better. Definitely a good day, 2021, let's go. Exactly, yeah. Well, it's been a good year for me so far. Definitely been a much better year than the past 3 years have been for me, so I'm very happy. Who are some of my favorite pop surrealist artists? You have a couple Alex Gross books that have been in your collection for a while that you love. Who's Alex Gross? I don't know Alex Gross. Let me have a look. Oh, okay. I may have seen some of his work, especially this Darth Vader piece. May have seen it, but not very familiar with his work. Some of my favorite pop surrealist artists are Mark Ryden, Mab Graves, Thomas Ascott. There's also a bunch of different ones that unfortunately I don't know the names of right now because I always forget. They're very strange names on Instagram. Starts with Bab. Bab something. It's not her real name, so I always get confused. But yeah, Thomas Ascott's one of my favorites, and then Mab Graves is probably, up there as well. And yeah, then there's Mark Ryden, who is like unbelievable. And I love his wife's art as well. I always forget her name, but I love her work as well. She's crazy good as well. So yeah. There's so much good art out there though. Like just to go on Instagram and be able to scroll through a good recommendation is so amazing these days. Like imagine if there was no internet, right? We couldn't discover all these crazy amazing artists and learn more and be inspired. So this little guy, luckily, still quite white. I'm thinking of keeping him that way. I don't know. Here's to a better year of cool new artworks. Exactly, yeah. A year of amazing productivity. A year where we get a lot done and push out so much more art into the world. Thank you for the follow for Fortizik. Fortizik, Tick, whatever. Not sure how to pronounce that. Please feel free to introduce yourself and tell us about where you're from or the kind of art you like to make. It has definitely made the world a much smaller place. It has, yeah. Do you follow the beautiful, bizarre magazine Cannibal Cult? Because I'm sure you will be very inspired by a lot of artists who take part in that. But because his brother Letters, still his art but Letters. Oh, Van Gogh is your favourite artist? Okay. Van Gogh is pretty awesome. Definitely not my favourite artist though. I used to love, what's his name? Kandinsky, so Vasily Kandinsky, the Russian artist. I love his work. I love the way he plays with colour in scenes. No, but you will now for sure. Okay, yeah, you'll definitely. Blow Pop magazine is another one. They're a lot smaller, but they do feature pop surrealist artists. So yeah, it's pronounced like autistic because you have autism. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Autistic, no worries. That is so cool. So yeah, we've got little mouse done, and I need to add just a little bit of pink. Not that much water for sure. But I need to add a little bit of pink to Bunny. and his paws down here, and his paws up there. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of work with him because he's definitely been dolled up a lot. But we can work with that. You know, we can bring him back to life. With just some graphites needed, and we'll go from there. And I'll probably just use a lot of gouache anyways to add his fur back. Bring it back to white. You just watched Loving Vincent a couple of years ago. It's so beautiful. Have I seen it? Or has Germany seen it? Is that like, do any of you guys know that movie that had, it was like an animated movie but done in a painterly style? Like, I tried to find that thing again after it was advertised and I couldn't. I really want to see that thing. One of your favorite sci-fi scenes is Vincent and the Doctor from Doctor Who. Okay. Oh, and you're Australian and an oil painter to answer my questions. Okay, well, welcome to a fellow Aussie. Which state are you from? I'm from South Australia. It was entirely oil painted by hand. That sounds cool. Sounds very cool. Hi, Sonic Symbiote. That's a pretty interesting name. Welcome. You're from Queensland, but you live in Vicky now. You can digital download Loving Vincent on iTunes if you would like to see it. Okay, let me have a look. Maybe that is the one that I'm thinking of. Oh my goodness, that is the one I was trying to find. Wow, thank you so much. I'll definitely love to check it out. Is it like Pet Cemetery? No, this is not Pet Cemetery. Um, I did watch the movie. It's a freaking creepy movie. This is actually based on Snow White, and the animals have replaced the seven dwarfs. So, yeah, the idea is that this is Snow White, and the animals are taking her out. So, they're bringing her back to life. Sonic, we spoke last stream when I was drawing Humpty Dumpty, remember? Yeah, I think I do. I think I have two Sonics that come to my stream, so you and someone else, so a bit tricky to remember which one of you are which with all the different artists. Thank you for following, Florian, really appreciate that. Please feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about who you are, where you're from. Hi, can I tell you the name of my lipstick, please? It suits me very much. Sure. The lipstick I'm wearing is Blood Moon by let me try, Lime Crime, and it's the liquid version. So I'll type it in the chat for you. If my keyboard actually would work. Lime Crime Blood Moon, and that's the liquid matte version or whatever. So if you want to check that out, feel free. Knock yourself out, I love them. You said my stream is like free therapy. Oh, I remember that. I remember that. Can you post a YouTube clip from Doctor Who? Sure, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you so much, Germany, for cheering those bits. Really appreciate that. Means so much. Your support is going to go a long way into buying me new art materials. So you're very welcome, Glimmer Kate. If you love it, please tell me what you think of it. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get to enjoy it. They have so many other kinds, and they're all matte, and they're all different colors. So I always struggle finding, lipstick colors that are a little out of the ordinary. So if you're like me, I'm sure you'll enjoy them. If you can be honest, you've been waiting for my next stream. Oh my goodness, that is so sweet. I am so sorry. Here in Australia, we had Australia Day, which is a public holiday, and so I took a long, extended break from streaming this past weekend. So that's why I've been a little longer than usual. And well, on top of that, we took an extra holiday in between, so it ended up being quite a bit of a break from streaming, which wasn't intentional, but it ended up happening. But at least you get to watch it now, and I hope you get to enjoy it. You're going to go cry now. Van Gogh theme. Why are you gonna go cry now? That's no good. Don't cry. You're in Brizzy. You're glad you had my time off. Did you have the Monday off as well? It's so hot in Oz right now. You do enjoy it. I love the heat as well. Yeah, I love the warm weather. It's actually cooled down here in Adelaide, and I'm sad because I hate the cold, and this is already far too cold for me, so. No, you didn't have Monday off. You were working. Oh no, what kind of work do you do? Was it like retail or something? So yeah, time to focus on the rest of the skin tone. So I want it to be less, less pink. Not that pink, but just got to tone it down a little. Not too much, but not too faint. Just want to break that freshness that it's got. Really? You love the cold? No, you were working with computers and retail software. Okay. Well, at least that sounds fun. It's not just boring stuff. I don't know, I think that's kind of cool to work on. There we go. Thank you so much for the bits. Oh my goodness, even more bits. Thank you so much, Shermany. It really means a lot. Thank you. You hate ABD. Love that Doctor Who scene. Who's the ABD? It's incredibly repetitive, but you don't mind it. Well, that's good. I mean, as long as you don't entirely hate your day job, then it's okay. You've been feeling sick all day today, so you wanted to leave, but you just couldn't. How have I been though? Oh my goodness, that's no good. I'm really hoping you feel better soon. I hope it's not anything serious or, hope you get to feel up and excited and, excited about life and art again soon. I've been good though. I've actually had a really good January month where things have just been going perfectly all year. So I'm really happy. Just acid reflux been hitting you all day. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, I had the awful like acid reflux from like everything I ate this weekend. I don't know. It was more heartburn rather than like total acid reflux, but that's never good. You never feel good on that. So yeah, I hope you feel better soon. But yeah, things have been so good. Getting a lot of art done, getting so many new projects finished that I had on the back burner. Like my oil paintings have been making such good progress and watercolor pieces have been getting done. So very happy. Well, you've been feeling like throwing up all day and you talk on the phone to clients all day. Oh no, is it almost time to be home? Because over here it's like 5:50 p.m. What time is it over there? Like, aren't you guys a little behind us? Or how's it work? I seem very happy today, but I did last stream as well. Yeah, I think I've just overall been very happy in general because, I'm getting so much art done. So um, that's essentially what's the best thing, 1:20 a.m. there. Oh my goodness, you're up late, Germany? Wow, what are you doing up so late? It's 5:20 p.m. for 30 minutes before. Okay, so are you done for the day at least? I'm sure you're very happy about that. So next step is I need to colour the pillow behind her. I feel like a gentle colour, like maybe a very faint blue. Gonna try a very faint blue and see how that goes. Yeah, like that. Might go a little darker, but that's a good shade. I'm just trying to work it into other areas as well. Would I ever attend a TwitchCon event? Actually, probably. I've been to a lot of cons before, but they were local cons. So I did some local cons and sold my art at those. And I really love that. I love the vibe at the con events and getting to see and meet all those, your fellow peers was so fun. it did cost a lot to attend, so you know that's probably what would be my biggest consideration with something like a TwitchCon event is, you know, well, how much is it going to break the bank, and you know, will I be able to at least get some of that money back by attending? I don't know. I definitely love to, but yeah, probably be somewhere international and be very expensive for me to go. So, but never say never, you know. I think I want her eyes to be that blue as well. I really, really love that blue. But I need my other brush. There we go. 'Cause yeah, that's definitely getting, you know, once it's drying, it's exact color that I want. So that's perfect. You can't go to markets anymore. It hurts so much when you don't sell enough. Yeah, it does. It's really hard. I mean, the first con I went to, I think I broke out even or just maybe earned a little bit. But the second con I went to, the only reason we broke out even was because my mum sold little plush rabbits, and I actually sold barely any art at that event, which was strange because at the previous con my art was selling really well, and then that happened, and I was like, okay, well, now I need to start being able to afford, you know, going to these cons on my own. If my art's not able to sell, then you know, I need to take that into consideration. But it's so different. Like some cons you go to, your art just sells out, and then other cons, it's like it's barely selling. So it's really hard to know what's gonna happen. It's really hard. So I need to decide what color am I gonna make her dress. I kind of want to keep it white, but I don't know. I just don't know. Back with more coffee already? Wow. I'm jealous. I want more coffee. Hey, you will be lucky now, but you seriously love my streams. They're so peaceful to just listen to. If I ever go to another con in Brizzy, you'll see me there. Oh my goodness. I actually, if I were to go to a con, it would be in Brizzy. Because you guys still have Comic Con over there. They ended it in Adelaide, and that was my best con ever, and I totally love to do Comic Con again. So definitely I'll let you know. Hey Nika, you'll be lucky now, but you'll be hearing me out. No worries, go ahead and look. You'd do a purple dress. I would actually want to. I do want to work in some purple in here. Um, so that's a good option. I'm definitely considering it, but I don't know if I'm going to do it today because we've already done a lot. I think I'm going to do her hair though. There we go. So what's your favorite color, Shermanie? Do you like purple a lot, or you just feel it would suit this piece? Oh, thank you so much for the bits, Shermanie. Really appreciate that. You've been so supportive today. It's like endlessly helpful. There we go. As an artist, you like all colours. Okay, that's fair enough. I do have a favourite though, I must say. Like, I do agree with you, all colours are special in their own right, but I definitely do have a favourite colour. And that would be yellow. Because I like how sunny it is. You know, yellow is such a bright, happy colour. Do I work in ink? I have worked in ink before, autistic. Um, it was a wrap piece that I did, and well, it was a long time ago now, but it was done in ink. It did have a little bit of watercolor in it as well, but predominantly I work in watercolor. So currently, all of this is done in watercolor. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Isabel. Welcome, and please feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about who you are and where you're from, kind of art you like to make. You used to say silver because it's not an actual color, just a reflection. Okay, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I guess like in that case, you know, black doesn't really count as a color either because it's, you know, it's the lack of colors, not an actual color. So almost forgot her ears. Need to put her ears back in. Can't have her with no ears, you know. She's got to hear what's going on around her. Just got to add in some more depth to her cheeks and stuff. give us some nice pretty lips. I absolutely can't wait to be able to add those, line work back in. That's going to be my favorite part of this whole thing. Have a great night. Oh, no worries. Thank you so much for the cheer. Thank you again. And thank you for all the support tonight, all the bits that you've given. And I can't tell you how much that's going to mean in terms of art supplies. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I hope that you dream of that beautiful painting that you made hanging on your own wall tonight. My story is great. I definitely have a recognizable style of my own. Oh, thank you. Well, that's good to know. Always good to have feedback like that and know that, you're on the right track. I'm glad that you like my store. Thank you very much for checking it out, stopping by and having a look. So now I need to add the little pendant that she's wearing, which I'm gonna make bright red. It's gonna be a nice bright red gem. There we go. So I think, to be honest, I really am tempted to leave the dress white. I don't know, it just really feels like that's what it needs to stay fresh and beautiful, But I may actually try out just giving it a little bit of blue shading here and there, just to make sure it's got some level of colouring and doesn't look totally, totally off. Hopefully the little girl's face has a bit more detail now. So I'm going to go over in graphite in, you know, probably tomorrow, I think. So that's obviously going to go give it a lot more detail, but for now I think we're good. So yeah, I want to see how it looks if I just give it a faint white shading, just so you can see it's been done in watercolour. Although if I do keep it white, that lace collar is not going to stand out. Now that's another thing to take into consideration. So, I don't know, I may change my mind. May actually give it a colour. Question is, what colour am I wanting to make it? You'll like that I have a white rabbit with a red eye and the same combination in the dress. Oh, thank you, yeah. I'm trying to always combine different, you know, combinations and sort of repeat them everywhere. So, let me just hang on. My audio started playing on my speakers, so let me just quickly fix that. Hopefully that's still playing. I think we've reached the end of the song, so that might be what's going on. But yeah, I think I do, and I've almost finished the whole thing, so that's good. The only thing that I haven't done is, you know, added some colour to her dress over there. Hi Dart Guy, how are you? I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, sorry, I'm just about to end the stream. We'll be streaming again, so yeah, if you can manage to make that one, there is that. But yeah, at the moment, we're gonna have to try and find somebody else